What lies beyond the final breath? Do we vanish into nothingness, or do we awaken into a world more real than this one? Welcome, seeker of truth. Today we explore one of the most mysterious and sacred texts ever written, the Tibetan Book of the Dead, or as it's known in its homeland, the Bardo Thodol. This isn't just a manuscript, it's a spiritual roadmap for what happens when we die. This text isn't a myth or legend, it's a guide designed to help us navigate the strange and powerful dimensions that open up when life comes to an end. So, what really happens after death? Let's find out. The Bardo Thodol was written centuries ago and is believed to have originated from the teachings of Padmasambhava, a spiritual master from India who brought Buddhism to Tibet in the 8th century. In Tibet, he's not just a revered teacher, he's known as Guru Rinpoche, or Precious Master. His teachings were so profound, so transformative, that they forever altered the spiritual landscape of the region. Padmasambhava wasn't a typical monk. He was a mystic, a master of Tantra, and a being believed to have achieved a deep awakening. His mission wasn't only to guide the living, but to illuminate the path of the dead. Why? Because in the moment of death the mind is no longer anchored to the body, and in that moment it becomes open, receptive, vulnerable, but also incredibly powerful. Padmasambhava understood this, and so he created a guide for that very moment, a set of instructions to help the soul find liberation, even after the last breath is taken. In Tibetan thought, death is not the end. It's a transition, a passage, a moment of immense spiritual potential. The Bardo Thodol teaches that we go through 3 bardos, or intermediate states, after death. Each one reveals something deeper, something more personal, and something more terrifying or enlightening, depending on how prepared the mind is. Let's journey through these realms together. The first state, Chikai Bardo, the moment of death. This is where it all begins. When we die, the body fades away, but consciousness remains. What arises is what Tibetan masters call the clear light, a brilliant, boundless light that shines with such intensity that it can either liberate the soul or frighten it. If the mind recognizes this light as its true nature, it is freed, instantly. Enlightenment. No more rebirth, no more suffering. But for most, this light is too much, too pure, too unfamiliar, and so the soul turns away, afraid, confused, and begins to fall into the next stage. The second state, Chonyid Bardo, the Bardo of visions. Here, the boundaries of time and space dissolve. The soul is immersed in a world made entirely of its mind. Whatever you've repressed, feared, desired, it all comes alive here. Not metaphorically, but vividly, as if you are living it again without the filter of your body. Peaceful deities appear, symbols of compassion, wisdom, and light. For the spiritually trained, they offer another chance. See through the illusion, and liberation is still possible. But if the mind doubts them, if it retreats again, the visions darken. Wrathful beings emerge, frightening, powerful, overwhelming. But they are not demons. They are you. They are the shadows of your mind, the parts you never faced, never healed, never understood. This is not a punishment. It's a mirror. And what you see in it could free you or bind you even tighter to the wheel of rebirth. The third state, Sidpa Bardo, the pull toward rebirth. Here the soul begins to search. It's drawn by desires, fears, and attachments left unresolved. These psychic imprints, the residue of karma, pull the soul toward a new life. Visions arise, images of parents, of unions, of potential lifetimes, and in that moment, the soul chooses. But the choice isn't conscious. It's magnetic. It's driven by everything that was left unhealed. If there is clarity, detachment, and awareness, the soul may resist the pull. It may remember the light and dissolve into it. But for most, the desire to be somebody again is too strong, and so the soul takes form again. Another birth, another life, another chance. This is the central message of the Bardo Thodol, that even after death we are not lost. We are given multiple chances, again and again, to wake up, to see through illusion, to realize our true nature. But those chances are fleeting, and preparation begins now in life. That's why this book exists. It's not a book of death, it's a book of life. It teaches us to look at our fears, our attachments, our minds, because when death comes, what's left is not your name or your job or your identity. What remains is your awareness, and that awareness will either liberate you or loop you back into the dream. So, ask yourself, right now, if you died today, would you recognize the light, or would you run from it? The Tibetan Book of the Dead doesn't give easy answers. It doesn't promise salvation. But it offers something even more powerful, a map to guide the soul when the known world ends. As Ram Dass once said, death is like taking off a tight shoe. But what you find beyond depends on how well you've prepared your mind. So maybe the real question isn't what happens when we die. Maybe it's, are we ready to truly live so that we're ready to die? If this journey stirred something in you, subscribe, like, and share this video. Leave a comment below. What do you think happens when we cross over? Together, let's continue exploring life's deepest mysteries. Thanks for watching.